Oh, Hilton, stay. Your beds are soft and cozy. No lumpy couch, no stiff futon, no shower line at crack of dawn. Oh, Hilton, stay. A holiday you're saving.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. This season, enjoy spacious, comfortable rooms and friendly service when you book with Hilton instead. Hilton for the stay.
Welcome to From Dorms to Desks, job hunting tips for those early in their careers, a podcast brought to you by College Recruiter job search site, which believes that every student and recent grad deserves a great career, and hosted by Work Defined. Join our AI co-hosts as they dive into tips, tricks, and insights that will help you land your next part-time, seasonal, internship, or entry-level job. Let's get your career started.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are really plunging into a topic that marks a huge shift for so many of you that leap from dorms to desks.
The big one.
It really is. We're focusing on job interviews and specifically tackling those, sometimes dreaded situational or behavioral questions.
Oh, yes, the classics.
Exactly. The ones that make you freeze up for a second, thinking, okay, what specific story from my entire life do they actually want right now? It can feel a bit overwhelming. So our mission today, it's pretty clear. We're going to pull back the curtain on these questions. We want to demystify them, give you some really powerful practical strategies.
Make them less scary.
Precisely. Turn that interview anxiety into hopefully some real confidence, especially if you're maybe entry level, feeling like your official work history is, well, a little thin.
Which totally normal, by the way.
Absolutely. So this deep dive, it's all about getting you informed, fast, without getting bogged down. We've pulled together some amazing sources, insights from College Recruiter, Zeddy, Forbes, and even some really candid chats from places like Reddit.
Real world stuff.
Exactly. It's all here to give you that edge.
Yeah, and that intimidation factor, it's real. We see it all the time, especially when you're just starting out. Maybe you don't have that long CV yet. But here's the thing, and this is important. Interviewers aren't just digging through your past jobs. They're really looking for your potential.
Right. How you think.
Exactly. Your skills, your approach. And honestly, what we see from consumer trends on platforms like My Perfect Resume, it just confirms it. Solid prep. Practice. That's absolutely key.
Non-negotiable.
Totally. Makes a huge impression. You really can set yourself up for success here.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Let's get clear on what we're actually talking about. These situational or behavioral questions. What are they? Based on our sources.
Fundamentally, they're tools. Yeah. Predictive tools, you could say.
Okay.
Employers use them to get a sense of how you'd likely perform in a role. They do this by asking you to share a specific experience related to a skill or a situation they care about.
So it's looking beyond just the resume points.
Exactly. Peering into your actual capabilities, how you handle things in the real world, how you solve problems.
Gotcha. And is there a difference? Sometimes you hear situational, sometimes behavioral.
Yeah, good question. There is a subtle difference, technically. They often get lumped together. And honestly, the way you prepare is pretty similar for both.
Okay.
But behavioral questions focus squarely on the past. They're digging into your actual past experiences, your past behaviors, to predict your future actions.
Like, tell me about a time when...
Exactly like that. Or describe a situation where you had to. They want a concrete story from your history.
Okay, makes sense. And situational?
Situational questions are more hypothetical. They paint a picture of a potential future scenario and ask how you would respond.
Ah, okay. Like a what if.
Precisely. So an example might be, imagine you're leading a project. Key team member quits right before the deadline. What do you do?
Right, okay. So one's past, one's future hypothetical.
You got it. But the underlying goal, it's the same. Both types are trying to gauge those core skills, problem-solving, decision-making, how adaptable you are, teamwork.
All that good stuff.
All by asking for a specific story, whether it's real or hypothetical. So for you, listening, the prep work, thinking about your skills, crafting those narratives, it works for both.
That distinction really helps clarify what the interviewer is actually trying to do, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a trick question. They're genuinely trying to see if you'd be successful in the role.
Absolutely.
They want to see your problem-solving gears turn, understand how you make decisions, see how you react when things go sideways.
Adaptability, yeah.
How you work with others, how you navigate real challenges. It's kind of a full picture of your work style.
Exactly. Your resilience, your potential contribution. That's why these questions are so central now.
Okay, so we know the what and the why. Now, the really practical bit. How do you actually answer these things effectively?
Right.
This brings us to a really proven method, a helpful acronym, STAR.
The gold standard.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting, I think, because mastering STAR, it can totally change how you handle these questions, turn those kind of hesitant answers into really compelling stories.
It really can. The STAR method, it's essentially a storytelling framework, right? It's structured to help you build a response that's complete, makes sense, and actually hits the points the interviewer is listening for.
So it makes sure you don't miss anything crucial.
Exactly. Let's break it down piece by piece using the guidance from that VA Wizard source we looked at. It's really clear.
Okay.
S is for situation. So first, you describe the specific event or situation you were in. And this is key. Not just general stuff like I used to work on teams. No, a single detailed scenario.
Set the scene.
Precisely. Give enough context so they understand what was going on, who was involved, the background. And this can come from anywhere, right? Of a past job, sure. But also volunteering, a big school project, a club leadership role.
Any relevant experience.
Any relevant experience where you showed this skill, the more detailed, the more real it feels.
Okay, S situation. Got it. What's next?
Next is T for task. Once you've set the scene, you need to clearly state what the goal was. What were you trying to achieve in that situation?
What needed doing?
What needed to be accomplished? What was the specific challenge or objective? Being really clear on the task sets up why your actions mattered. What was your job in that moment?
Right. Situation, task, then.
Then comes A for action. This is the heart of it. What specific steps did you take?
The you part is important here, isn't it?
Critically important. You have to use I, not we. Interviewers need to know your specific contribution, your actions, not just, well, the team decided. No. What did you do? And as you describe your actions, you should kind of link them to the skills they're looking for. Initiative, problem solving, communication, whatever it is. Use strong verbs. Be specific.
Show, don't just tell.
Exactly. What did you actually do?
Okay. STIR must be.
R is for result. What happened because of your actions? What was the outcome?
The payoff.
The payoff. Don't be bashful here. Take credit for what you achieved. What was the direct consequence of what you did? How did it end? What positive impact did you make?
And it should be positive, ideally.
Ideally positive, yeah. But even if the outcome wasn't perfect, maybe, like one source said we lost the game, you can still highlight what you learned or the resilience you showed. Lessons learned are valuable too.
Good point.
And quantify it if you can. Even small numbers help. Maybe you didn't save the company millions, but you could say you analyzed data across 20 markets and gave a report to 12 executives. That shows analytical skill and reach.
Or maybe you streamlined a process and cut down data entry time by 15% for 5 people. Still quantifiable.
Exactly. Tangible impact.
So, for you listening, the STAR method, it's not just a trick. It's like a blueprint, right? For organizing your thoughts, making sure your answers are complete, specific, engaging.
It helps you tell a persuasive story, which is way more memorable than just a rambling answer.
Right. If you practice this, internalize it, you'll hit those key points every time. You'll show your skills, your thinking, your approach in a really clear, compelling way. It's like your interview success script. All right, STAR method check. Now let's get really concrete. Examples. We know you can't predict every single question, but some themes pop up again and again, especially for entry-level roles,
Definitely. The College Recruiter article highlights a few really common ones. We can break those down, talk about how you can nail them, even if you don't have years of traditional work experience.
Perfect. Let's start with the big one. Tell me about a time you worked on a team.
Okay. Classic. The employer's goal here. Pretty simple. Gauge your teamwork, collaboration, how you fit into a group.
And if you haven't had many formal jobs?
No problem. Think wider. Group projects at school. Volunteer teams, student clubs, sports teams, any extracurricular where you worked with others toward a goal. Loads of options.
Okay.
There was a great STAR example in the sources. A theater student, involved in a musical, had a main role but also part of the ensemble situation. Director's out unexpectedly, student gets asked to lead some rehearsals. Task, keep things smooth, keep morale up, get through key scenes. Action. Student knows it could be awkward, so they proactively start with a quick icebreaker game. Lightens the mood, makes everyone comfy. Result. Rehearsals go great. They fix some staging issues together. Opening night's a hit. Shows leadership, team facilitation.
That's a fantastic example. Using something totally outside a typical office setting. What about, say, someone more STEM focused, maybe not a theater person?
Great question. Okay, STEM example. Computer science group project.
Right.
Complex stuff, different people coding different modules.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
Situation. Deadlines looming. Individual modules kind of work, but integrating them. Bugs everywhere. Chaos. Task. Get it all working seamlessly for the final presentation. Bug-free product needed. Action. The student I suggested daily 15-minute stand-ups just for integration issues. Tracked bugs on a shared doc. Result, project delivered, fully working, polished, a day early, top marks. Shows error resolution, coordination under pressure. See, different contexts, same skills.
Absolutely. Collaboration, initiative, problem solving.
Right.
Brilliant.
Hey everybody, Tim Sackett, host of HR Famous, a new podcast on the Work Defined Network. Am I famous? No, I'm HR famous. My wife says I'm a micro celebrity and 13 HR ladies around the world want their picture with me, which I think is funny. So, hey, what do we talk about on the pod? We talk about all the dumb stuff we do in HR in any given day, week, month, and we have fun with it, and we have some great guests. Come check us out. We're not famous. We're HR famous.
Okay, next common one. Describe a situation where you had to meet a tight deadline.
The pressure cooker question.
Yeah. What are they looking for here?
Time management, obviously. How you prioritize, how you handle stress. And again, for entry-level folks, college life is full of this. Managing coursework, especially during finals, balancing classes with clubs or a part-time job.
Right, those are real deadlines.
Totally real deadlines.
Yeah.
The source example was great. Student doing a double major and a certificate in their last year.
Wow, ambitious.
Right. Situation. Packed schedule. Overlapping deadlines everywhere. Task. Stay on top of it all. Meet deadlines. Keep quality up. Action. Kept a meticulous digital calendar. Break big tasks down. Used an A, B, C priority system manual. Tasks were immediate, high impact. Result. Completed everything, met every deadline, graduated with honors. Attributes it all to that planning and discipline.
That clearly shows amazing organization. What about something outside academics, maybe community stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Imagine volunteering, organizing a big charity fundraiser. Situation. The perfect venue suddenly becomes available, but only if the event happens in 3 weeks, not the planned 6. Super tight turnaround. Task. Coordinate everything. Venue, catering, publicity, volunteers, make it successful, on time. Action. Immediately created a detailed timeline, delegated tasks to other volunteers, ran daily quick check-ins, proactively hit up existing contacts for sponsors. Result. Event was a huge success, raised 25% more than last year, all in that compressed 3-week window. Shows organization, leadership under pressure, resourcefulness.
Fantastic. Being able to show you can deliver under pressure, that's huge. Okay, number 3. Give an example of a time you faced a conflict and how you resolved it.
Ooh, this one's crucial. Conflict happens, right? Employers want to see your people skills, problem solving, empathy, active listening. How do you handle friction constructively?
Not just ignoring it or blowing up.
Exactly. And for entry level, again, think group projects, volunteer teams, even situations with roommates or friends, if you frame it professionally to show your approach.
The source example was a roommate situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, very relatable. Student moves in with 2 friends. Situation. One roommate consistently leaves a huge mess in the kitchen for days. Awkwardness, frustration building. Task. Address the issue, stop resentment, set clear expectations for a peaceful living situation. Action. Student calmly sets up a chat time for all 3. Invited everyone to share their expectations for chores, shared spaces. Facilitated it so everyone felt heard. Result. They agreed on reasonable ground rules. No more awkwardness. Resolved through clear communication and mutual understanding.
Shows maturity and communication skills, even in a non-work setting. What about a more public or organizational conflict?
Definitely. Okay, imagine a student group planning a big event. Situation. 2 subcommittees are arguing over the budget. Promotions team wants more money. Program team wants it for direct costs. Tension's high. Task. Mediate the dispute. Get the budget sorted fairly. Keep the event planning on track. Action. The student, maybe as project lead, calls a joint meeting. Asks each side for their rationale with data. Listens actively. Then proposes a compromise, reallocate some minor funds, use free campus resources for some promotion. Result, both committees agree, tension gone, event is a success. Shows mediation, negotiation, analytical skills.
Great example. Okay, 4th common conclusion. Describe a time when you went above and beyond.
The extra mile question.
Yeah, what's the goal here?
They want to see initiative, problem solving on your own, how you prioritize adding value beyond just the basic job description. How do you spot opportunities to improve things?
And for entry level, where can you find these stories?
Class projects, where you did more than required. Student activities where you made a unique contribution. Internships, part-time work where you improved a process or offered a solution nobody asked for.
The source example was the food shelter volunteer, right?
Yes, really strong one. Situation. Holiday season chaos. Tons of donations coming in, hard to organize. Task. Improve the donation management system for efficiency. Action. Volunteer sees the bottlenecks. Takes initiative. Designs and implements a new, simple labeling system for shelves. Sets up an overflow area. Didn't wait to be asked. Result. Organization vastly improved. Shelter could sort and distribute donations much faster. Served 20% more people daily during that critical time. Shows proactivity, real impact.
That's powerful. Initiative leading to tangible results. Could we think of an academic example too?
Absolutely. Marketing class, final project, requirement. Just present a marketing strategy for a fake product. Situation. Student felt the basic assignment was a bit. Saw a chance to do something more impressive. Task. Meet the requirements, obviously, but also really stand out. Action. Instead of just a PowerPoint, the students spent a weekend teaching themselves basic video editing. Created a slick 90-second promo video for the product, integrated it into the presentation, totally voluntary extra work. Result. Professor loved it. Praised the innovation, gave the group extra credit, commented on the exceptional effort, highest grade in the class. Shows learning agility, initiative, drive for excellence. Highly desirable.
Okay, these examples are fantastic, but I can almost hear some listeners thinking, that's great, but what if I really don't have direct work experience? What if my life just hasn't had these neat star moments? It's a common worry, isn't it?
It's a super common and totally valid concern. But honestly, don't panic. Everyone has experiences. The trick is to broaden your definition of experience.
Look beyond paid jobs.
Exactly. Focus on academics, clubs, volunteering, extracurriculars. These places are rich with transferable skills.
Like leadership in a club, maybe?
Definitely. Even organizing meetings or a social event. Did you manage a small budget? Motivate people, solve unexpected problems, or think about group projects. Did you navigate different ideas? Ensure everyone pulled their weight. Overcome technical issues.
Time management, balancing studies.
Absolutely. You honed those skills. It's about what we might call skill translation. You take the skills you did use in those settings and translate them into the professional language the employer understands.
No.
Your interview is showing how those past actions predict future success, regardless of the original context.
So it's reframing, not inventing.
Precisely. And here's a really important piece of advice from the sources. If you truly blank, you just cannot think of a specific situation that fits. Don't just sit there in silence.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Awkward silence is the worst.
Right. Instead, explain how you would approach it. Lay out your thought process.
Show your thinking.
Exactly. It still shows your values, your logic, your willingness to learn. So, if asked about a difficult client, and you've never had one, you could say something like, well, I haven't encountered that exact situation yet, but my approach would be to first really listen, understand their concerns, empathize, and then clearly outline the steps I'd take to fix it, getting their feedback along the way.
Yeah.
Shows professionalism even without the direct experience.
That's such a good point. Ultimately, these questions are about your skills, your character, how you approach things. Where you learn those skills is less important than the fact that you have them and can articulate them.
It's all about how you frame it. Show how those experiences prepared you.
Okay, let's shift gears slightly. Let's get into some real talk. Pull back the curtain even more with insights from job seekers and recruiters themselves, especially from those Reddit threads we looked at.
Ah, yes, the candid corners of the internet.
Right, where people share the frustrations, but also some really pragmatic solutions.
Yeah, and that Reddit thread really highlighted a common feeling, the pressure to just make stuff up.
Right, one user literally said 99% of the time I make stuff up.
Yeah, especially for questions like, tell me about arguing with a coworker, or disagreeing with your boss, or not liking how something was done. If your experience is limited, or you're just not confrontational, or you work in a super structured environment like a lab where procedures are the rule, it's genuinely hard.
You can see why people feel stuck.
Totally. But here's the flip side. Good recruiters. They can often tell.
They have a built-in BS detector.
Pretty much. As one recruiter put it, they can sniff out the BS. They're not looking for perfection. They're looking for specifics, details, that star structure. That recruiter specifically said, I am listening for what you specifically did, not you as a team, but your part.
So vague, made-up stories just don't cut it.
Usually not. The lack of detail, the generic feel, it gives it away.
So what's the advice then? If you shouldn't lie, but you don't have the perfect story.
It comes back to that grain of truth or skill translation idea. Take a real-life experience, school, clubs, volunteering, personal life, and adapt it. Reframe it for a professional context. Maybe embellish slightly for clarity, but the core truth, the skill you demonstrated, has to be genuine.
It's smart storytelling, not fabrication.
Exactly. Artful reframing to highlight the right skills in the right language.
Okay, let's tackle some of those tricky Reddit examples with this reframing idea. What about, I don't argue with coworkers?
Right. Instead of saying never, think about disagreement differently. Did you ever have a different approach to a task than a peer? A minor misunderstanding that you de-escalated?
So focus on constructive disagreement.
Yes. As one user suggested, talk about a time you disagreed on something, not necessarily argued. Show how you handle different viewpoints respectfully. Communicate effectively. Demonstrate those interpersonal skills.
Okay.
When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
What about disagreed with a higher up? That feels risky.
It does, but again, frame it professionally. Never in subordination. Focus on presenting data, offering alternative solutions based on research, asking thoughtful questions.
Like the example from Reddit with the equipment?
Perfect example. Boss says giant machine will fit. Employee knows from measuring it won't. Action wasn't arguing. It was remeasuring, creating a digital mock-up to show the problem. Saved a fortune. That's analytical thinking, proactive problem solving, professional communication, not defiance.
Brilliant. And didn't like the way something was done, especially in, say, that lab setting.
Not about breaking rules. It's about spotting inefficiency and suggesting improvements respectfully. Maybe you saw a convoluted data entry process.
Yeah.
You could describe how you identified the bottleneck, maybe even sketched out a more efficient way, and then presented it with data to your boss. Even if they didn't implement it, you showed initiative, critical thinking, a desire for improvement. That's valuable.
This real talk really drives home the importance of prep, doesn't it? It's not about being perfect, but about showing how you navigate challenges thoughtfully.
Absolutely. And that Reddit discussion hammered home the need to practice. Write out star answers. Say them out loud.
Record yourself, maybe?
Yeah. Use flashcards like one user suggested. Old school but effective. Practice makes the stories feel natural, less hesitant, or, made up.
And tech can help too, right? Like ChatGPT.
Definitely mentioned as useful for scripting star answers, thinking through scenarios. And another great tip from an experienced interviewee. If you have multiple interviews at the same company,
yes,
try to use different examples with different interviewers if you can.
Oh, interesting. Why?
So if they compare notes later, they get a broader picture of your skills, more diverse insights. Not just the same story repeated. Shows depth.
That's a really smart practical tip. Okay, let's switch focus slightly to something super relevant for entry level. Internships. How do you talk about those effectively? Our Forbes source had some great points here.
Internships are gold mines for interview content, but you need to know how to talk about them right. The STAR method still applies, absolutely. Be specific, show impact, but also be realistic.
Don't overstate things.
Exactly. Balance confidence with openness to learning.
Okay, so what's the first thing interviewers want to know about internships?
Usually the work you actually did. They want the details, not just, I was a marketing intern. What projects? What deliverables?
Be specific.
Super specific. Developed a report with product bundling recommendations. Analyzed SEO data for the social media campaign. And crucially, link it to skills. Drew on my design thinking knowledge. Used project management skills to coordinate.
But be careful not to exaggerate.
Right. They know it was an internship. It's about exposure, learning. Overconfidence can seem arrogant or just naive about entry-level realities.
Got it. What's next after describing the work?
What you accomplished. Results. They want proof of performance, impact. Again, be specific but reasonable. You probably didn't single-handedly turn the company around. But maybe you analyzed win rates across 20 markets and delivered a report to 12 execs. Or recommended 4 key improvements to supplier communication that got adopted. Quantify where possible. Give enough details so they see your contribution.
Makes sense. What about the people aspect?
Yes, the team you worked with. Huge. They want to see collaboration, communication, how you interact. Are you a team player?
So how did you work with others?
Exactly. How did you seek direction? Get feedback. Build relationships. Examples. participated in the strategy team, led a weekly discussion, or took the lead on a research project, got input from experts in other departments, show you can integrate and collaborate.
Okay. Work accomplishments team. What else?
What you liked or disliked. This gives clues about your passions, interests, and potential fit for this job and this company culture.
How honest should you be about dislikes?
Be honest, but frame dislikes positively or as preferences. Not just, I hated making spreadsheets. Maybe, I found I was really energized by the client interaction parts, less so by the routine data entry, although I understood its importance. Relate preferences back to skills you enjoy using. Shows self-awareness.
Good way to frame it. And finally,
what you learned. Super important. Shows your potential, your desire for growth. Be specific again. Learned new data visualization software. Understood team dynamics under pressure. Grasped the importance of client confidentiality.
show you value growth.
Exactly. Emphasize you're eager to keep learning in this new role.
Okay, but what if? What if they don't ask directly about your accomplishments? You've prepped these great star stories about your internship impact, but the question never comes.
Great point. Don't let them go to waste. You can weave them in proactively.
Ow!
If asked about teamwork, describe the project and its great outcome. If asked about problem solving, tell the story of the challenge and the positive result you got.
Integrate it naturally.
Exactly. Or at the very end, when they ask, do you have questions for us? You could politely say, actually, would it be okay if I briefly mention one key outcome from my internship I didn't get to share? Be quick, clear, respectful of their time. Don't ramble. Strategically insert your value.
Excellent advice. Leveraging those internships well, being specific and strategic, that can really bridge the gap from academic to professional. Okay, so we've covered situational questions, STAR, internships. Let's broaden out one last time. Beyond the Q&A, what are some general interview mistakes to avoid? Forbes had that list, top 5 interview mistakes millennials make, but really, these apply to everyone, right?
Absolutely. These are about the overall impression, the whole package you present. Crucial stuff.
So number 1.
Inappropriate attire. Sounds basic, but it happens. The advice is clear. Err on the side of being overdressed.
Better safe than sorry.
Definitely. Look professional, serious. No distractions, no flashy jewelry, revealing stuff. T-shirts, shorts, flip-flops. You want to show respect. That story about the candidate in shorts and flip-flops, yikes. Instant bad impression.
Yeah, hard to recover from that. Okay, number 2.
Questionable social media content. Recruiters do look. It's standard practice now.
70% of them, the source said.
Yeah, a huge majority. Inappropriate photos, too much negativity or personal drama, profanity, even just bad grammar and spelling it all reflects poorly. Remember, nearly half of hiring managers think young pros need better writing skills. Your online presence is often their first impression. Don't blow it.
Clean up those public profiles. Number 3.
Not enough research. This is a big one. It screams lack of interest, lack of organization. You have to research the company mission, values, news, research the role, research the interviewer on LinkedIn if you can.
Show you've done your homework.
Exactly. Shows you're serious, proactive, genuinely interested in them, not just any job. Skipping this makes you seem indifferent. Fatal.
Spot on. It really shows you care when you ask an informed question, which leads to number 4.
Not asking enough questions, or asking the wrong ones too early. If you don't ask thoughtful questions, you seem disengaged, maybe not that curious.
What are good questions to ask?
Ask about the role specifics, team dynamics, company's future plans, next steps in the process. Good questions show you're thinking critically.
And what to avoid asking initially?
Salary, benefits, vacation time. Save those for when you actually have an offer. Asking too early can seem like you only care about what's in it for you.
Right. Focus on the role and company first. Okay, the last one. Number 5.
Overconfidence. Confidence is good, essential even. But overconfidence can really backfire.
More than half of managers flag this.
Yeah. The mistake, as Kate White pointed out, is making it all about you. Focusing only on your achievements without connecting them to the company's needs.
So how do you strike the right balance?
Focus on your accomplishments, sure, but immediately pivot to how you'd apply that learning, those skills, to get results for them. Show you're confident in your abilities, but also eager to learn, adaptable, and committed to their goals. Think learner's confidence assured, but humble and ready to contribute within their framework.
Wow. We have covered so much today, from really getting inside the interviewer's head to mastering STAR, tackling tricky questions, even without tons of experience.
Navigating internships, avoiding common pitfalls.
Exactly. It's been a real deep dive. The big takeaway for me is that preparation really is your superpower here. It lets your potential, your skills shine through no matter where you gain them. Remember to tap into all your experiences, academic, volunteering, internships, and use STAR to tell those stories compellingly.
Absolutely. And, as we wrap up, it makes me think, this whole process of meticulously crafting your story, thinking through your experiences for these interviews, it raises a deeper question for you, the listener.
Oh.
How might this process, really digging into your past actions, articulating your skills, not only help you land the job, but also maybe deepen your own understanding of your strengths, your values, where you truly want to go next? It can be a powerful act of self-discovery too, can't it?
That's a fantastic point. The prep isn't just for them, it's for you too. So take all these insights, dedicate that time to practice, get those STAR stories polished, go out there with confidence, with clarity. You absolutely have this. That journey from dorms to desks, it's yours for the taking. Your future is definitely bright.
This has been From Dorms to Desks, job hunting tips for those early in their careers. A podcast brought to you by college recruiter job search site, which believes that every student and recent grad deserves a great career. Each episode, we dive into tips, tricks, and insights that will help you land your next part-time, seasonal, internship, or entry-level job. Subscribe to this podcast for free now, so you don't miss an episode, and visit www.collegerecruiter.com to find your next great job.